Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show tonight. Tonight's guest, we have a special guest. We got the continuation from the good, the bad, and the ugly. Tonight we're bringing on one of the arresting officers in the Glenn Bailey Orange case, and we're going to allow him to come on, and we're going to bring on some of the activities that went on with Mr. Bailey and Mr.
Butler.
Butler today. Mr. Butler, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
And then it's a pleasure to have you along with Mr. Bailey here tonight.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
We want to bring you on and allow you to speak on yourself, how this happened, you know, what went on, and what you're doing today.
Okay. Well, based on my recollection, the crime took place on a Saturday night. I was out having dinner, and I heard on the news, I believe it was KCBS radio, they said there had been a double homicide in the North Oakland Hills. I reported to work that Monday. I was working with Officer Victor Grant, and we were working a North Oakland beat. That was the old beat 11. Prior to during our check-in or lineup, we review daily bulletins based on daily activities for that day. The number one on the daily bulletin on that day was a synopsis of the double 187 double murder that transpired in the North Oakland Hills. And there was some additional information. I don't recall precisely what it was, but my partner nudged me and said, "Hey, that's that guy that's Quincy's brother. Quincy, I think it was Quincy Thomas owned a liquor store at 55th and San Pablo. Our beat ran from the city of Embryville into Berkeley, city of Berkeley, and we had from then Grove Street, now Martin Luther King, heading, that would be, I guess, west to below San Pablo. Approximately 9 o'clock that evening, while we were on routine patrol, we observed it was a, if I recall correctly, it was a green Eldorado Cadillac in the area of 55th and San Pablo. And we noted that Mr. Bailey was in that vehicle along with a male and a female. He exited the vehicle, went inside the store. We sort of pulled up behind them, parked, nonchalantly walked in. And at that point, we didn't want to affect the arrest because we didn't know all the circumstances. We didn't know if he was armed. We didn't want to get into a shootout. So what we decided to do was make a little small talk with Quincy, the owner of the store. We noted that Mr. Bailey had went to the back of the store. I think Quincy was like his play brother. Am I correct, sir?
Yeah, close enough.
Right, okay. Right. But he was only there for a short time period. He went to the back, did something, came back out, went and re-entered this green Eldorado Cadillac, and then they left and proceeded southbound on San Pablo from 55th Street. We entered our vehicle. We pulled in behind them. As we were proceeding southbound on San Pablo, we informed radio that we were following the number one on the daily bulletin, the green Cadillac, 3 187 suspects. Radio advised us they were sitting cover. The car stop was made on San Pablo Avenue, actually in the city of Emeryville. That's where the cover units arrived, and that's where was Mr. Bailey, a male and female. A total of 3 individuals were taken into custody.
Okay. So to the rest, and then it went on to, you turned it over to another department after.
That's correct. Homicide was notified. They reported to the station that night, and then they started the investigation.
Okay.
It's also kind of interesting that one of the victims of the homicide was a friend of the family. The female that was murdered was a friend of the family.
Okay.
And so at that point, I contacted the female's mother and her aunt and informed them that we had made an arrest in the murder of her, for the murder of her daughter.
Her daughter. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then we want to bring this whole case in. That's a bit good and ugly into what we're talking about today. Okay. You were one of the arresting officers.
That's correct, sir.
Then we went on to your career from arresting officer. Went on to what else? We got a story here. We want to tell
Yeah,
a
well,
story.
several years later, during the time of my wife's pregnancy, I didn't submit my paperwork for insurance on time in a timely manner, and therefore I took on a security job because the insurance wasn't going to cover the pregnancy. And while working as a security officer at a bar, I was involved in a major altercation incident that resulted in an investigation, which ultimately resulted in me being dismissed from the Oakland Police Department.
Okay.
All right. Actually, charges were filed against me. They were subsequently dismissed. However, I was not. I didn't. I was terminated. My termination was upheld.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Right.
Okay. And so, Mr. Bailey here sitting with you today.
Yes.
You two gentlemen are good friends today.
Oh, absolutely.
Are
Absolutely.
good friends today. Right. I consider you as some of the best friends today. And at one time, I want to put it together, okay? Because I want the people in the community to understand that we got two sides here. We got the good, bad, and the ugly. Three sides. So they have a arresting officer that arrested this man. This man went to prison and did 42 years in prison.
Close enough.
Close
41 years, 11
41
months,
years.
2 weeks, and 46
Goes
hours or
enough,
something.
goes enough. Did some time in prison. He come home, and these gentlemen are friends today, and we want to give the community your complete story, because we can go from bad to good to ugly, whatever, but it all comes out good. It all comes out good. You're doing some outstanding work today.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you did some outstanding work today, and you've done outstanding work from the beginning, right? Opposed to the termination from your job or whatever. So you've been doing good work. Okay, this gentleman here come home from prison that's doing a long period of time. He's doing outstanding work today.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
we want the communities and society to know that going into a system as Department of Corrections and coming out of the Department of Corrections, and we turn the bad into good in the stuff that we're doing today. Outstanding work. You know, people being in the community all their life, they're not doing the work that we're doing today.
Yes.
You see, so we want society to know that you can commit a wrong or a crime. You can go into society, inside the society, because it's a society within itself, and you can do the complete metamorphosis inside.
Oh,
You can
absolutely.
rehabilitate yourself to come out in this society today, and you can do the work that we're doing today. All three of us are doing outstanding work. All three of us have done time.
Yes.
Okay. Now you want to tell them about that?
Yeah, absolutely, of course, right. Several years later, as I was terminated from the Oakland Police Department, one of the gentlemen who I had met as a police officer owned a liquor store. And from working, from owning a liquor store, he sold the liquor store, then he went into the florist and record business. And from there, he went into the cocaine business. And so while in the cocaine business, so I would say
You
the
were
19, what was that, sir?
You went with him.
Well,
They-
absolutely.
Like I say, they're best friends today. Okay.
Right. It was the early 1980s. All right. Actually, I picked up a homicide myself on the first day of June 1984. All right. And so ultimately, I ended up serving a life sentence in state prison, and my friend ended up serving time in the federal prison system.
Okay. Okay. So how much time did you do in the state system?
20 years, sir. Went in, I was arrested on June 1st, 1984. And thanks to Governor Schwarzenegger, the governor, he made it possible for me to return back to society on August, I think it was August the 17th, 2004.
Okay. Well, like I said, we went in, come out. We went in one way, came out the other way. We're thinking completely different today. As the law-abiding citizens, be part of this world out here. You know, we're doing all the right things.
Right.
We crossing the T's and dotting the I's.
Right. And I had, to be very candid, I had a lot of support. While inside during my incarceration, I was determined to work diligently on preparing myself to one day return to society where I could function in the community and not only be a responsible, productive, law-abiding citizen, but also to assist other men and women in terms of helping them prepare themselves to function in the community and be good citizens.
That's right, right. Okay. Mr. Miller, you want to add a little?
Yes, of course, of course. You know what really is significant to me is that the three of us sitting here, we all did excess of 20 years. He did 20 years and 23 days. Close to it. And at one time, and starting when I first went to prison, he was still in uniform, and I didn't really think too much about it one way or the other because he didn't do nothing. I made the mistake.
Right.
I did the mistake. I was a bad crook, or whatever. But when he came to prison, I knew he was in prison, and by the time he came to prison, I had acquired quite a following in the prison system. And the man came to prison. He didn't do no sniffing or no crime. He came and did his time.
Right.
That's why I'm sitting inside him right now today.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Because he made a mistake and he did his time. I
His
made a
time.
mistake. I did
You
mine.
did your time. Right.
And I can understand that.
Right.
And they, I get people. I hear people say, "Oh man, I know you mad at this MF or whatever that is. Man, I'm coming back next week with the district attorney
Exactly.
that prosecuted me." That's how I feel about it.
Exactly.
Because if I'm not mad, no one ever has a right to be mad.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly. And I always say when you get caught, it's too late to get to crying or sniveling. Just
right.
go ahead and do the
Do
time.
the time.
Man.
That's right. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Well, no, and I'd like to add that while I was in San Quentin, I received word that the district attorney, the deputy DA who prosecuted me, I had 3 trials. I was convicted in my 3rd trial. He had been, his employment had been terminated by the Alameda County District Attorney's Office for excessive DUIs. And so someone asked me, well, I guess you're happy, you're delighted he got fired. I told him, of course not. Why would I be delighted that this man's career had been ended? When he convicted me in my 3rd trial, he was doing his job.
Doing his job.
Now, that was what I considered to be some significant prosecutorial misconduct, but that was left up to me to fight that in court.
Right.
And I was convicted of a 1st degree, and the Court of Appeals reduced it to a 2nd degree. And my ultimate goal was to get a reversal or a manslaughter. The federal courts kept my case for over 3 years and still denied it. And so it was just a matter of just doing the time. But of course, I wasn't angry. I mean, I agree with G. The fact is that one of the arresting officers who arrested me was one of my supporters, and I feel that because of his support, it was instrumental in me doing the 20 years. I could have possibly maybe have done more years.
Right.
But I agree with him. There's consequences to our actions.
Sure there.
Right.
Sure there.
And so no one has a right to take a life, and so or commit a crime. I mean, like right now. There's an 88-year-old lady that was beaten, brutally beaten in San Jose. I mean, no one has a right to do that.
No.
Okay. So there's consequences for our actions, and so we have to be held accountable. Right. Now, I do feel, though, that there should be justice, and they should be done in a fair and equitable manner. Okay. But again, there are consequences for our actions.
Right. There are. Now, today, Mr. Butler, what are you doing today?
Well, when I came home, I was very fortunate. Bishop Bob Jackson, the pastor of Axville Gospel Church, when I was released in August of 2004, I had been communicating with him while I was incarcerated. And I notified him I had returned home, but there was no response from him. What he was doing was checking me out to find out if I was sincere about functioning and being a good citizen. And so it was in December, after I had returned home, that he contacted me and informed me that he wanted to give me an opportunity to be a director of a transitional program called the Men of Valor Academy in the city of Oakland. And one of the things that that I respect and was impressed with Bishop Jackson is that many times we'll find citizens, pastors, and officials who say they believe in giving a man or a woman a second chance when they return home. But a lot of times it's all talk.
Right.
But he was a man of action. So he gave me this opportunity. And so I was appointed the director of the Men of Valor Academy for 7 years, working on helping men get their lives together so that they could be good, productive, law-abiding citizens. However, in September of 2014, I made a transition from the Men of Valor Academy to the Cypress Mandela Training Center. That's where I'm currently employed, the Cypress Mandela Training Center, where as a workforce development, where we focus on preparing men and women for jobs in the building trades industry.
Okay.
Construction jobs, cement masons, carpenters, laborers, iron workers, operating engineers.
Okay. Now, are these people coming over from prison? Are these people that's in the community?
Some are formerly incarcerated and some are not.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And this is men and women.
That is correct, sir.
Okay. That's got to be outstanding work. Outstanding
Absolutely,
work.
absolutely.
Yes.
And I'd like for you to come visit our facility.
Yes.
You have an open invitation,
Yes.
and I'd like for you to visit us soon.
Yes, sir, and I will. I'll take you up on that.
All right,
I
thank
sure
you.
will. I sure will. Yeah. Well, we're enjoying this. We got a series here called Good, Bad, and Ugly. Okay. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to bring on the district attorney from Alameda County. That was the district attorney that convicted Mr. Bailey, and so we're going to bring him on in a couple of weeks. I'll be able to meet him Friday tomorrow, I believe, and talk with him and put all this together. Okay, because this is the good, the bad, the ugly, but it's all going to turn out good.
You know, I might add, my partner and I, prior to his arrest, had a conversation once, and my partner, Vic, had told me, he said, you know what, that guy's dangerous. Refer to Mr. Bailey. And I said, oh, no, he's a nice guy, right? Well, maybe Vic was right.
Well, I met him a couple of months ago, and I found him to be a very, very, very peaceful guy. You know, very nice guy.
No question, he's been transformed.
Yeah. So we formed a relationship over the month or so we've known each other, and he checks in every morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, religiously. I get a text every morning since I met him.
You do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, every morning. And the text is something that gives me something to think about.
Absolutely.
Every morning since I met him, it gives me something to think about.
75
Right.
of them.
Yeah, 75 every morning.
Yeah,
that right?
and some of them I share with our students.
Yeah.
They're inspirational and
They are
right.
They are. So I want to commend you on that, Mr. Bailey. That your words in the morning at 5:30 in the morning. When I hear at 5 o'clock in the morning, I wake up around 5:15, and I get up in the morning. I read it. That's the first thing I read in the morning. You know, and it starts my day. Okay. So I thank you for that. You know, you've given me something that I haven't had before, so I appreciate that. Thank you for that. You know, so yeah. So you and Mr. Bailey are our friends today.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
barbecues together. Man. Come by and
Oh, yeah, definitely.
and sit down and talk on a regular.
Oh, we
Right.
drink a lot of beer.
A lot of beer together. A lot of beer together.
Oh, I would say a moderate amount. Not a lot.
Okay. So we want to thank you for coming on to the show tonight. We want to thank you, and we want the community, our viewers, our followers, to continue following this because we got the district attorney coming on next.
Right. And if any of the viewers or employers are in a position to give reentry men and women an opportunity for employment opportunities, I would certainly ask them to please, if it's any way possible, for them to give them a chance, give them an opportunity, and they'll find out that some of them will be their best employees.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I can vouch for that. Coming home from prison, people in prison are geared to work. So you can't go in prison and sit down. You know, you just can't say, "Well, I ain't gonna work. I'm on a job." Well, you're not. Okay. Well, this is where you're gonna be, right? You're gonna see status, and that's where you'll be. You don't know phone, no nothing. So you're
Right.
geared to work. So coming out of prison, anybody that's done a period of time in prison, they're gonna work. They want to go to work. They want to be on time, and sometimes they'll be overtime, and they won't get their check and go home. They'll be there when the check get there. You know. I commend you on that. Give a person a chance,
Absolutely.
opportunity to work.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of, like I said, I keep on saying, I'm going to say people been here all their life, never went anywhere. They don't want to work. You know, we got jobs out in the Hunters Point area. Youngsters, they don't want to work.
Yeah, but they don't have no job for no guy my age.
No, they don't, Mr. Bailey.
So that's what we
they
got to
don't.
work on,
They
because I
don't.
want to go to work too.
But see, we got something for you to do. We got some work for you to do. We got the reentry programs, right? And I keep saying, I'm in the process of starting a transitional housing for long-time offenders.
Here in the city of San Francisco.
We're gonna start here in San
I'm
Francisco.
speaking, when I said me, older people, I'm speaking of older folks in general.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's one break I got. I've been lucky.
Yes.
I come out, I have support. I don't have no problem with that.
Right.
But they got some people coming out need that support.
Need the support. They need the support. Yes.
And
yes.
this is why I'm working hard now to bring people like Doug here
Right.
before the people at the public know. These people got stories to tell.
Got stories to
man.
tell. Got stories to tell.
And they got some guys that's coming in the future that telling some stories.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the viewers should stay tuned
Right.
and look, because it's not all about the good, the bad, the ugly.
Exactly.
It's just this little series about the good and bad.
Exactly.
the ugly.
Exactly.
But the rest of it is about life.
About life itself.
It's
That's
about
right.
life.
That's right.
Right.
We want to thank you, gentlemen, for coming on tonight, and we're gonna bring you back at the end of this show. We're gonna have all the guests from the Good, the Bad, the Ugly on the last show. We're gonna have everybody on that last series, and we're gonna talk about what we're doing today. So I want to thank the viewers tonight for looking at the show. We want to bring the viewers that's living in their living rooms and their bedrooms tonight. We want to bring you in next Tuesday. We're going to view some long-time offenders that have been in the system. You can view them on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. This show shows on 6:30 on Thursday night every other Thursday. So 2 weeks from today, we'll have the district attorney on and view us. Come and look at us. Be a part of this program. This program is a program that needs to be seen, and it's going to be told. So we advise you, we welcome you to come into our studio and be part of this. Thank you, and we bid you a good night.